Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday, Consuela.
Hey. We are here in the Valley with Young and Vail, and I'm very excited about this because I enjoy learning about new communities and making new friends. So,
yes.
Yeah, and so I think I didn't share previously to anyone when I was talking to Tour off camera. This community was new to me. And then, we were all talking a little bit earlier, and it's a newer community. So that's good to shine a spotlight on new experiences for residents. But then there was the whole Smokefest connection, and I don't know of many people who don't know what Smokefest is. So I figured this was going to be a very interesting conversation.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah. So just right off the jump, go ahead and briefly introduce yourselves and kind of your roles in all this. Let's start with Young.
I am Young Guns, and I currently run a brand called Young Guns, and I am the creator and CEO of Smokefest, and I also am the director of the Canyon Amphitheater that resides here in the Valley.
Very
cool.
Good. So you're currently only wearing the Santa hat, but in secret you wear like a dozen hats.
Yeah,
Well
for sure.
All right, and Vail.
Yeah, I'm Vail. Vail for short. And yeah, I just am a landscaper and sort of just a creative on this platform, mostly diving into environments and landscaping. I have a landscaping business that has proven to be a quite incredible experience. And landscaping different resorts, different communities, and different events. Last year, Smokefest 4 was in my vision and in my execution. So I'm sure if people are familiar with that, they would be more than familiar with my work. And here at the Valley, I hate the term owner because I think that's silly. But sort of the founder. This has been a long time dream project of mine that was able to kind of come into fruition this year. And I would say that I guess I would call myself founder of the Valley Estates. And yeah, that is me.
He also hates the word CEO too. So.
Oh yeah, that one too. I won't say that.
I just did. Yeah, and I agree.
Owner and CEO. No, this is founder is fine with me.
Founder
That works.
is fine. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're so glad to have both of you. So yeah, that's what you're currently doing. But if we roll back the clock,
Yes, let's go back in time.
Back to Young
How far back we
and
going?
Young Vail. We're going back to
Young.
Young.
Yeah.
Young squared and
Yeah.
Vail.
Now I'm opening profiles to see how old everybody is. Okay, so Young is 15 years old. 15 years young of Second Life, and Vail, you are showing 8 years, almost 9.
That's a baby.
Yeah, you're like a Second Life baby.
Sort of.
Sort
I can
of.
go with that.
Was this? Well, was it your first? Is this your first account or?
It is not.
Okay.
It is not.
Yes, I'm an
Yeah,
alcoholic, so I get it.
Yes, this was it's my landscaping account. So it's kind of the one that I best grew into. So yeah.
I completely get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, let's start with how each of you first discovered this weird grid Second Life, and what pulled you in. What was the draw? What was your first experiences here? Let's start with Young.
Well, I was watching a movie called Hot Tub Time Machine, and the kid was in the basement playing SL, but his character was in jail, and I thought this was going to be like GTA. And I moved to a new city, so I was like, I want to just download some games, and it was free. And I thought this was going to be like GTA. I logged in, and it got sent straight to an info hub called Moose Beach, and I was like, yeah, this is just like GTA. There's a lot of crazies.
Wow.
Just a lot of crazies. Oh dear.
So that was my thing, and then I got bored, and I started, then I met Vail, and we always did a lot of things here and there with business together, and always collaborating. Yeah.
So did you meet Vail pretty early on?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
What was it was
I feel
maybe-
like you were. I think he was about maybe 3 or 4 years into the game
Okay.
before
about 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
yeah, before I came across or before our paths
gotcha.
crossed for sure.
That was better than Tour and I. It took us 12 years.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing with Vail, she knows a lot about business and business marketing, so she was the one that helped me and start, understanding the business side, and and not just hang around. And so she taught me a lot of the marketing as well. So from there, it just springboarded me to a lot of things that I currently am doing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what drew you in, Vail?
The Sims.
Oh, I
drew
love The
me
Sims.
in. I
Do
was
love some Sims.
I love it. I was a big Sims fan. I loved playing it. And I would make these beautiful homes and my little landscape. And I liked the building mode more than the living mode, personally.
That's
And
right.
then I thought, like, well, no one can see what I'm doing. And then I want to do things for other people. And also, like, this is pretty quiet in here. Wouldn't that be cool if I could walk down the street and then there's a whole other family and players that are living, and I'm like, all right. That was where my mindset was at. And then I just did a quick Google search of I think it was like
thing.
multiplayer Sims game or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they did come out with the Sims Online at one point.
Yeah.
But
I have a crazy
that was
story
a
about
big
that one.
flop. That was a big flop.
It
I was one of 12 that was on there,
Uh-huh.
and you couldn't talk. Yeah, you couldn't talk. It was weird. It was like you go into a library, and then I remember, mind you, this was a long time ago, so I'm a lot younger then. And I walked by these people, and they were these ladies, nice looking ladies, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm
Nice
just kidding.
virtual ladies. Uh-huh.
Yeah, on The Sims like 15 years ago. And I walked by them, and they were reading the book, and I remember I just clicked on the pie chart, and I pressed fart, and I farted right in front of them.
Oh,
And they were like, "Welcome to Sims Online," and I thought that was really funny.
Wow. Wow.
Ew.
All right, sorry, Vail.
ew.
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 So I take it you didn't fart when you met Vail?
No.
I would
No.
have
clean.
blocked.
Yeah, blocked her. Yeah.
I'm a lady.
I
would
could-
have
Yeah,
blocked.
very much a lady. I left that at Sims Online. I was like, okay, this is not how
Gotcha.
to act. So.
Gotcha.
No, but anyway, so that's what I thought, and I ended up kind of similar story, like you log in and you kind of get funneled into certain places, and
Right.
I got on mic, and it was
Oh.
a lot of I need help with my avatar. Where do we go? What do I do? These things, and then you're sort of in these welcome areas, and it gets if you know, you know. And
Yeah.
at that point, I wanted something purposeful. I think that's kind of a theme in my real life and in my second life. So it wasn't really long before I shifted gears from it becoming this social sort of this social soup to becoming something that was much more purposeful and lucrative and more of a creative outlet. I wanted to make a home. I wanted to design. I wanted to do these things, and I didn't know how. And then eventually I started my own clothing company, and around the same time I believe Young did, and
Yeah, same
and
time.
then around
You
the
both
same
started
time,
clothing companies.
Yeah, at the same
yes,
time.
Interesting.
individually.
Hmm.
And then we
Nice.
sort of, I really liked doing the marketing. We had our own brands, and then it was maybe after about maybe a year or two
Mhm.
where we decided to join our brands together
Hmm.
under
You knew each
the
other. You
at that
yeah.
point, yeah, at that point we
Okay.
knew we were friends.
Okay.
And we, you hang out in social circles and it's like, what are you working on? What are you working on? What do you want? And
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
these things. And then we ended up coming together, his brand and my brand, and we created Crooks. And
Hmm.
yeah, and so Crooks was a lot of fun. It was CRX for short.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, like the
um,
podcast.
yes, that's where it
You were
came
just
from.
you just got that tour
Yeah,
just now.
No,
it
I
clicked.
I'm just roping it into the live conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
collaborative.
checking
we had
on
fun
you.
with that too. Yeah. We had fun with that too. So it was quite an adventure. And then
I'm going to link it
and
in
then
the
eventually
description
we went
now that we have that.
Good, very good.
yeah, it's quite old. It's 5 years old about, but it was just kind of we always have been interested in innovation. 5 years ago, not everyone had had a podcast, and it was a little bit of this nuance thing. But yeah, eventually he had a different vision of the company, I had a different vision, and we ended up going our separate ways with that to sort of I wanted to explore landscape and really get that business going, and he wanted to get into accessories and more music. And so we went our separate ways, and then sort of linked back up several years later, and yeah, and here we are.
Destiny always pulls us close.
All right.
Just when I think I got away, they pull me back in.
Yeah, I thought I was clear.
Yeah. Oh,
Here come-
please. Like a moth to a flame, you came
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Oh god.
But
We're
yeah,
window.
so yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
So Vail, landscapes and stuff. You pivoted to that. Did that start like landscaping just like sims and regions, or focusing on like building out event spaces, or like how does one kick off a landscaping business as a coming off the tails of being a clothing designer?
Yeah, so the clothing wasn't as fulfilling for me in terms of creativity. I really love environment. I love environment
understand.
art.
That's me.
Yes, I like it in video games. I value that, and it
Environmental
wasn't necessary.
storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling is a big theme of mine in Second Life. So, telling a story is something, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because it's something that I usually put to the forefront of what I do. But so I started my own little landscaping thing. I was kind of posting, trying to get out there, and ended up really, I would say I ended up spending a lot of time with another landscaper, and it was a lot of helping each other. And I think that just really solidified my passion for doing it even more. And then when that sort of dissolved, I took a little bit of a break from Second Life, and then came back to get it jump started again. I've always landscaped. I think I've been landscaping for about 7 or 8 years now. And with, like I said, with about almost a year break at one point. So really just word of mouth and doing my best. I think that's sort of something that I encourage everybody to do. So I just did my best and I did what I liked. And my style of doing things, my way of interacting with clients, I have most of my clients tell me to freestyle. They're like, hey, I'm thinking this, but do whatever you want. I trust you. Those things are the biggest compliments to me. So it wasn't a difficult pivot. It was quite a natural, sort of very fluid path.
Where your heart was. Yeah.
It definitely is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
And Jan, you transitioned from threads to beats.
Did I transition?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
music.
To music.
The music. Yeah.
And so what was your kind of role there? Was it was it DJing initially? Was it organizing other like musicians with like being a kind of music coordinator type could be
Yeah.
all kinds of different things. What was the early days? How'd you get into that?
Well, actually, when I first started SL, after I got out, got bored of the info hubs.
Escaped the info hub.
Escape, yeah. I was a survivor of that. And,
Yes, a survivor.
Then
Gotta make that shirt.
That's a good one. At least you
And
had
then,
an info hub. That's a whole nother experience. Anyway.
So I actually played in SL as a live artist for 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah, and then that got, you know, you can only do so much, especially in 3 years, and then it just gets like a routine. And then I remember singing and thinking about like McDonald's and stuff like that, and I was like, this is not how I want to portray my music, singing without soul and just thinking about something else. So I was like, I'm done. So I stopped performing for a long time, and that's where I got into brands. And fast forward to all the other middle brands, that's how it was a natural transition to do a music festival. I think it was like
Okay.
what, maybe 7 years later, something like
I
that.
see.
Crazy. So I had to relearn the music industry and who's doing what in the DJ scene and the live scene. I was never a DJ. I performed with the guitar and sing, but I had to learn
Nice.
the whole music scene all over again because I was away from it doing brands so much. So
Right.
when I did Smokefest, it kind of felt like I was new because I was away from it so long. But it was always a natural transition. So Smokefest was created by me, who is someone that is an actual SL virtual artist or
Right.
virtual artist and DJ. So it was, I knew what they want, and I knew what they would love in
Yeah.
in a venue when I created Smokefest.
Okay. Very, very cool.
Mhm.
Well, it sounds like both of you kind of settled right into being kind of creatives immediately, and then it took a little bit of grinding up something before finding your specific niches. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's awesome that you were able to slot into that so neatly, and that you've kind of come together to bring those skills together.
Mhm.
Before delving too much more into that, what about a little bit behind the curtain of you individually, behind, like, outside of Second Life, Vail.
Yeah.
So do you have, first of all, if you're willing to say, kind of roughly
Yeah.
where are you from, and also do you have any sort of either hobbies or professional experience that kind of leans into that has some overlap with landscaping or design work?
Yeah. So I grew up in New England and
Okay.
went to university here,
Mhm.
and with a minor in I graduated with a bachelor's in business and marketing as well as
Oh.
fashion merchandising. So
Oh, okay.
my background really in real life was more to do with marketing and branding, how to
Right.
create a brand, how to market that. So that would be more of my real life kind of experience. Both of my parents are very, very much international people. And I grew up traveling the world really, all over the world. And yeah, and living in Europe, living for a short time in the islands, and traveling all throughout. So I learned to really open my eyes and observe my surroundings. I found myself always taking pictures of plants and flowers and trees and mountainscapes and landscapes. And it's something that I think really influences my style of landscape design, which is hyperrealism. I really like that. I like feeling very immersed. And I think that my background in that sort of shaped me. I'm a very, I would say, for those who don't really know me personally, I'm a really dynamic person. I am tough to place. I'm also a Sagittarius. So I'm very much a traveler and a free spirit. I don't like to really be locked down in one spot for too long. I like a lot of spontaneity. And I think it kind of shows in some of my experiences in Second Life. Not really being afraid to pioneer and not being afraid to try something new. And just creating a beauty for people. I also, on a side note, part of what I find the most fulfilling about what I do in Second Life now is creating environments for people that might not really get that in their real life. I'm very in tune to people's real life situations and circumstances, and Young will tell you it always makes me happy to make other people happy, because I know that the reality of Second Life is that we're all here for a reason. We're all here to fill something that might be missing in real life. And I really want the places that people can exist in, right, in Second Life to be as beautiful as possible, and what people want, because between relationships on Second Life, creativity, business practices, we all deserve that, and I believe everybody deserves that, a place to call their home, a place that they love. And that is one of the biggest driving forces in obviously what the Valley Estates is. Sorry, I thought I heard music coming from Young. So yeah, that's one of the things that kind of translates, I guess, seamlessly from my real life into my Second Life and the things that are important to me.
And she knows how to roll her R's, which I recently found out with knowing her for years.
Oh my gosh.
She tries to, I like to roll my R's to impress her. And then one day, and she's like, "You know how to roll your R's?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I automatically assume she doesn't know how to roll her R's. And then one day I heard her talk in her language, and she rolled her R's.
In her language. What is the language?
Well, I was speaking Swedish.
Oh, nice.
And he overheard a conversation, and I think he probably was frightened. I just kind of shocked, like, wait, this whole time I didn't know.
I thought it was my I thought it was my superpower.
I thought it was his thing.
So that's my thing. I'm the Latin guy,
But anyway, so and I don't even really speak it that well either, so I don't know what exactly he heard. But anyway, so yeah, I guess
Okay.
a very long-winded answer to your question
No,
about
I think that was a
where I'm
great
from and
answer.
how it inspires me, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
No, I
thorough, very
appreciate that.
thoughtful response.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
definitely. I'm gonna come back to some of those points, but
Sure.
yeah, same question first to Young. Whereabouts from, and do you have some background, either hobbies, experience? You obviously play music, but do
Hmm.
you also have any experience like organizing, either in leadership in general or organizing events in First Life, or did this is Second Life kind of where your sweet spot is on that?
Yeah, like for starting out, I didn't have no experience in leadership. Like I said, all my leadership and marketing teacher and business teacher was Vail, you know,
Mhm.
and um, moving to a new city, that just really had just figuring a lot of stuff out, and coming off of just doing music that's copyrighted, and it's in the Library of Congress, but I'm not going to tell the album because it's not my best work and it kind of
My
sucks.
God, stop lying.
So, but anyway,
In the Library of Congress.
no, it is.
Oh,
It is. It's
okay.
copyrighted.
Oh.
No, it is 100%. They give
Okay.
you a
Okay.
whole award. I mean, not award, but like
Award.
a whole
Look
thing.
at that.
Like a
Not
certification.
award. Certification. Yeah.
Okay.
And I used
Yeah.
to have it in my living room, and I got to find it. Not
That's
awesome.
Fail. Yeah, it was really cool. And
I'd rather think it's not true.
I think it is true. I think it is true. Well,
the
I mean,
album-
the Congressional Library they like to record all kinds of notable works.
yeah.
It's yeah.
It was a cool accomplishment being young and just having that as to be like, I'm in the Library of Congress,
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like a small achievement. But and then I played live in my city and a small festival in my city in Ohio. And
Okay.
so that was pretty much the music career. I didn't have anybody in the music business, so I didn't have like somebody to like direct me and tell me, hey, music is not just for people with talent, but it's also a business. So I had no idea the music. Well, I had no idea the music business was actually a business, even though it's in the word. The
Well, yeah,
phrase.
and the people in the music business like to keep artists unaware of that because
Yeah, and I had no clue. And then I was surrounded by like older guys that tell you that they can do this, and that, and all they want to be around you is because you're in just doing music, and you bring a lot of
Yes.
people around you for parties and stuff. But so that kind of like went south because I didn't really know the business. And then I was fortunate enough to meet Val, and she really like taught me like the business on the metaverse, which is was really cool. And I really tell her I appreciate that a lot. And she taught me like how business is, and how you can have a brand of any kind, and but
Marketing.
you gotta market, and everything's got to come together for it to be successful. You can't just have a gift and just like run with it and expect attention. So she kind of
Right.
did that. And so that's having a background in music and just playing music, that kind of like structured my whole SL existence, even though I did like jewelry and stuff like that, but my soul and my real existence is music. And in real life, I work in the medical field, and I'm in a leadership role now. So,
Okay.
but I think being a leadership role in SL actually helped my real life to be a better employee, and that led me to springboard me into like delegating a team. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree
kudos
with
to
that
SL for that.
wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, it can be even more challenging to organize a team in Second Life because, um, in a lot of times it's not their livelihoods, so you're just kind of trying to herd cats who are doing this
Mhm. Yeah.
kind of in their
Cats
free
from
time.
all over the world.
Yeah, whereas
Yeah.
whereas in-
International cats.
Exactly.
International cats.
whereas you know,
But it
in
gives you the
first place.
confidence. Sometimes
yeah.
you have the gift of delegation and you don't know
Yes.
it. Because you're still trying to figure yourself out in the world. And when you come into the metaverse, you find all these little special gifts that's come out of you that you don't know. And one
Yeah.
of it for me was delegation
Yes.
and just knowing an agenda and attacking and know how to put people in places that can attack those specific tasks that makes a brand successful. And
Yeah.
that allowed, and Smokefest gave me a lot of confidence. And prior our brand CRX and Young Guns also gave me confidence. I was like, ooh, I could start something and it could turn into something, and that spilled over to my real life.
It's fantastic.
So did you say whereabouts you were though? Generally, I'm always curious where people
Generally,
are like physically.
I'm in Texas.
Texas.
Oh, now
Okay.
Texas. Oh,
hmm
right. But you were in Ohio, but now it's
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
Okay.
I used to live in Ohio and then, or the Midwest, area,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Houston,
We're not looking for your street address. So I'll just stop you right there. Yeah.
Texas,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Somewhere generally in Texas.
yeah. And just I like to throw in, I'm in Southern California.
Yes.
Nice.
And I know we're going to talk a little bit about the valley a bit more here because, Palm Springs is not that far from me, like geographically.
Yeah.
Oh,
course.
awesome.
So, I was
That's awesome.
recently in Palm Springs, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. So that's why when, I learned about your community, I was like, oh, really? There's a Palm Springs in Second Life?
really?
Let's see
I
this.
hope we did it justice for you then, if you look around.
For sure.
Minus the
Lovely.
beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, minus the beach, right?
And the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, minus the
Yeah.
coast.
Yeah. And then tours in
And
Florida. Yeah,
I
sorry.
also am very familiar with palm trees because, yes, I'm in Florida, but ours is more swampy. So,
Yeah, you got those gator bushes.
yeah, we got the gator bushes. Gator bushes. I like that. Yeah.
It's crazy how you can drive down to Florida in the highway and then have these murder monsters just lounging around.
Murder
the
monsters,
highway.
wow.
You know what I
We
mean?
do. Yeah.
It's like, oh, my tire's flat. Let me go outside and bam,
It's like
they
that
take you in the
everywhere.
swamp.
Where I live, we
No,
have a lot of bears, and
Mm.
Young is always right, and Young is always like, "What are you? Don't go outside. They'll turn on you." I was like, "Listen,
Listen.
they're just big raccoons." Like,
No, they're murder monsters.
And
Are
he's
they-
like,
are
"They'll
they the
murder
big black
you."
bears?
Yeah, the big black bears.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm
had
like-
those two. One got into my bird feeder. And
Oh.
I had to
Yeah,
stop
they just
having a
want to
bird feeder.
eat.
Yeah,
They just
They
want
just wanna
They just
eat.
They just tip
Really?
the trash over. I just walk
Yeah.
away from them.
But-
He's like,
but-
"Stay inside." I'm like, "Nah."
Tell them what photos I send you of those bears.
Oh, he tries to troll me, and he's like, he tries to send me scary pictures of bears or bears without their fur,
Without their
or or like
Without
wet
their fur,
bears.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're just
no.
like so creepy looking, and he's like, "That's what you're out there with." And I'm
Wow.
like,
Yeah,
"Relax."
Resident Evil murder monster bears. They're just
Gotcha.
crazy.
You know what? He's a city boy, so he doesn't get it.
100%.
He doesn't get it. So
Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
but if he did get it, he would know it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with these bears in particular, you leave them alone, they leave you alone.
Exactly.
There are some bears that are absolute murder monsters. Don't mess with them. But
Yeah.
black
They're
bears
little-
are pretty.
It's
pretty
crazy to have a nice yard and they're just trampling on it with disrespect. They don't even go on the sidewalk.
up.
They're
And
bears.
then they look at you like that's not your yard and I will kill you.
Uh-huh.
But then Vail's like, but they're not gonna kill you. Just don't go near them. It's like, what if we
Yeah.
had the same standard with humans? You know what I mean? They're monstrous.
Again, he's a city boy. Every animal is potential monster murderer. It's
Oh
okay.
my god!
Yeah.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about the moose. They're like 10 feet.
Oh gosh.
Okay. I'm
Don't
not
mess
gonna.
with me.
All right, sorry, we rambled.
No, it's all good.
Anyway.
It's all good.
Back to you.
Back to you.
Dude,
Tori.
Tor.
Oh,
Next
hello.
topic.
Hi, welcome back. Oh, goodness.
Next.
We're taking over the show. I guess.
Well, you're
We're here with our
naturals.
guests.
You're
you know,
naturals.
because I love
Yeah.
Tor.
No, we're on wildlife. I don't know how we got here.
Yeah,
Wild
geographical
life,
location. Yeah.
Well, I
True,
mean,
true,
Young's
true.
here, so,
Right.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
He's all the wildlife.
I'm
the green beans.
yeah. I found out today I was wildlife for sure.
Hmm.
So I kind of want to hold on Smokefest for just a little bit
Hmm.
before getting into the Valley Estates, because
Hmm.
you know that was a fairly meteoric rise of a real staple of like Second Life
Hmm.
events, and a lot of people try their hand at creating a Second Life event,
Hmm.
and it takes something special to actually make a splash to get
Hmm.
on the map, so to speak. And you said it's been running 7 or 8 years.
No, I think like
Oh.
3 years going on
3 years.
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Um,
I feel like it's been 8 years.
Yeah,
okay,
7 or 8 is
yeah.
Vail's landscaping.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right. That's right.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I mixed that up.
Hmm.
3 or 4 years then. Um, so how? I mean, not really trying to delve into all the um, secrets, but obviously you
Mhm.
kind of took all of what you had learned from doing
Mhm.
different gigs and doing the marketing of your other brands in Second Life.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, you must have come into it with a clear like vision. I mean, what is this kind of where you wanted it to go, or did you have to kind of adapt and change as it was coming together? Like, what kind of what kind of led to Smokefest being what it is? Is it exactly kind of how you planned it to be initially, or how'd that all come together, so to
Well,
speak?
well, the when I was creating Smokefest, it was the aspect of, okay, this is what's missing in FL with live
Hmm.
Hmm.
and DJ community.
Yeah,
It was the vision and understanding of what's missing with that elements, and then it was also my years of like, what is it, like 4 or 5 years, Vale, like me just hustling with the brands and learning how to like market and business. That really
Yeah.
helped. Also networking. Young Guns had, and Sarah, we had a lot of collabs with like great talent and networking with so many different content creators. So that was like, so I already knew that I want to do something with music, but it wasn't the time. And then when it was the time, I was like, okay, now is the time because, I have the community support via my brands. And I
hmm,
also have, years and years of networking relationships that and a great rapport with working with, a lot of different uh, owners of brands. So that's laid a great foundation to do another crazy idea of a music festival in SL. And
And by the
I,
way,
huh?
I
yes.
think, not to cut you off, and by the way, I think that that right there is one of the biggest misconceptions about events, especially music festivals in Second Life, is that you can just pop up one day and contact the same DJs, the same artists, the same brands, and then think that your event is also, and this is not, this is, every event is different, right? Every event has their own successes, but you mentioned that it's very difficult to do. And I think one of the biggest
Yeah.
misconceptions that I've seen with Young over the years is that he didn't wake up one day and be like, let's do a music festival and boom, boom. And then it takes off after, gains this popularity after a year.
Yeah, he laid a
Or
huge
it
foundation.
was a huge foundation
Correct.
that took years and years and years that
Yeah.
people don't really realize. So you see some music festivals pop up or some sort of, things pop up and it's like, okay, well, you don't really know if it's going to be successful or not, but what I can tell you with certainty, and I'm not speaking for Young by any means, but I've known him this entire time, and what I could say is that he really laid groundwork in the community, with his positive interactions with people, his friendships with people, his working relationships with people that
Yeah.
allowed Smokefest to be what it is today. And it didn't happen overnight by any means. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Important to note.
Correct. Yes. So instilling, thank you. Um, instilling a great foundation, and everything that Val said, and well said, and I appreciate that.
Mhm.
And it's that foundation that takes 4 to 5 years in the making of just skipping parties and skipping, all the fun stuff in SL and just staying on your platform and hustling and building other brands to set up other brands, and that all set up
Yeah.
Smokefest. So when I started Smokefest one, I contacted all my friends, and all the people that are, that I had really great rapport with,
Right.
brands. And so when a lot of people were like, "Oh, David Heather," or
Mm.
it's been so long ago, and all these amazing brands, and uh, you know, uh, they're associated with this, Smokefest, and then I'm doing it. That got a lot of people like wondering, what is this about, And then, when Smokefest started, there was never anybody who came from the fashion or accessory or a brand to the live and DJ community yet. You know what I mean? So it was this merger, of me coming into the live community as a brand owner and has experience in, you know, uh, marketing on a high level because at that time we were at Equal 10 and TMD. We're regulars at TMD and
Mhm.
all this. So
Hmm.
we really had a very high level of marketing and branding. So we took that into the live and DJ community, and it really, that right there, put a lot of interest. Plus, all the brands that signed on to Smokefest One was like, Bad Unicorn and all these, great brands. The people were like, "Oh, what is this?" Like, these are legit, brands associated to this new thing. What is
Mhm.
it? So that generated a lot of curiosity. And then I'll give people the secret. The secret was when I created Smokefest, like I said, I played live in real life. So I know that there's two worlds in a concert. There's the backstage and there's the public. And
Mhm.
they're both very different, but they're both very fun. So when I came here, it was just like, just go on a stage and just, res your tip jar and just sing. And it was just that, and I was like, I got very bored of that respectively. And I was like, what if I create, something that is realistic to real life, to live performing, which is a backstage area, trailers, interactive,
Okay.
make it fun for artists and create two worlds and existing at the same time, which
Yeah.
meaning, because that's what a real life event concert is. There's two
Right.
worlds existing and two different experiences coexisting. And that was my vision to bring to a festival here. So I was like, if I can nail and make it as realistic as possible, these two worlds, I will have something. I already knew I had something special. And then if I can have this creative idea and this vision in my head, and if I can merge it with the business aspect of bringing brands to add a type of legitimacy to the new festival, Smokefest, it could be really special. And then when we started getting all these amazing friends of mine that are brands, and I shout, I wish I could remember them so I can say thank you, and I can't thank them enough. But you know, w- uh,
Not
as
remember
soon as
them,
I
but
got
like
them
list
all
them all
lined
out.
up,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, no, all right, yeah. So once they all started saying yes, 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 and we had like I think 20 brands at the time, maybe 30, I don't remember,
Mhm.
but it was really great brands. And we had this really great idea, and when I started seeing it taking form, I was like, this is going to be special. And then you know, it just but everything was strategic.
Yeah.
And it was weird because like when I knew certain elements were going to come together, I knew it was going to be special. And then I was like, okay, if these certain elements didn't come together, and it's going to take a while to build, but I knew that it was special because it was a big hole missing in SL. And at that time, like the live performance scene and the DJ, live, was, it just needed something new to transform it and
Mhm.
and rejuvenate the scene. So
And can I add
Yeah.
to part of the secret sauce, so to speak?
Yeah.
One thing that, and there's so much to mention, but one thing is, one of the rules, I guess, of Smokefest when you are performing is that it's got to be realistic. So we're not like, I shouldn't say we, I should say him. You're not gonna do floating things. You're gonna see wires. You're gonna see lifts. You're gonna
Okay.
see real level production, not just hey,
Immersive
I'm
stuff.
very
Yeah.
immersive, very realistic. Like if it's not being hung by something realistic, it's not happening. So a lot of the artists really appreciate that. And they
Live
also
lighting.
yeah, and live lighting. You know, a lot of people don't know this, and I feel like I'm bragging about Young a little bit, but a lot of people don't know this, but start to finish, Smokefest goes all day on Saturday. He's the one. There's no like what is it called? Autoplay for the lights.
Right.
Every color, every theme, every movement on the lights is directed by him personally.
Wow.
So he stands back there for 9 hours or however long it is, and he's doing lights as a courtesy for every single performer to make sure that their performance is taken to the next level. And it adds to the immersion. You know, we have rafter dust particles on the stage.
We did. We were so
do.
happy about that.
Yes. We
That was
have
funny.
a lot of lifts and wires and equipment that actually is being utilized, and it creates a sense of realism, so much so that, you know, this is one event that before we even begin, we have people camping out on the we have people camping out, and then we even had Canopy, shout out to them, one of our sponsors last
Oh,
year.
I love Canopy.
Yeah, she put together like items like chairs and things for people to camp, because that's what you do at Smokefest.
So cool.
So, and a lot of people kind of, you know, went off of that vibe of, and I love her,
Bars
by the way.
from High
She's literally
Visas.
one of the sweetest people. Yeah. Oh my, with animation,
we love
Yep.
bars.
You know
Bars
we
is
love
so
Oh My.
she's so friggin' cool.
Yes.
She comes up. She's so supportive, and they all are. And
Bars from High Five, is that?
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and coming together to even add more to the immersion of, hey, we're gonna go, we're gonna camp out, we're gonna get our seats, we're gonna get in. It's one of those events that, you know, this last year we had 2 overflow regions. So it's like, it's so cool, it's so immersive, and everybody contributes to that. You know, he doesn't just sit back and say, you know, showtime. It's like he's working every single light, and you know, all these things. So it's another important note
Also,
about his
the
work, about his work
broadcasting.
ethic, really, about his work ethic. Oh yeah, and the broadcasting
Also
too.
the broadcasting. Like I wanted to do an event, and then when we did the first one, I was like, okay, but let's like take it to the next level. And I get so frustrated when I talk to people. Back then, I'm like, audio is so utilized to the max with like DJs and live performers, but the video and there's aspect is so underutilized, and there's so many talented personalities out there. There's some
Yes.
beautiful shots and angles, and there's great, like, you know, OBS programs that people can use to really do some amazing content, and it's so underutilized. And so my biggest thing was to do something revolutionary with filming Smokefest. I wanted it to not sound like a public, you know, local broadcasting, you know.
Well, and
I
that's
wanted
that's also when he introduced. I don't know if he was the first, so I could be wrong, but one of the first to utilize commentators, and having a commentating panel. I never saw that before in SL until he introduced it with Smokefest. Again, I could be wrong, and I might very well be, but it was what on the amount of eyes that were on Smokefest, introducing a kind of like a smaller scale of what you see now, sort of a back and forth repertoire between commentators, introducing the next artist, talking about all the things that are going on, and really creating it so that if you're not in world, you could tune in and you're watching it live, which is a really cool experience. I don't
Yeah.
mean
So,
to like
and
delve too deep
if
into
I could
Smokefest,
jump in
but
on that one real quick, is
yeah,
that
of
was
course.
that introduced in this? How long has Smokefest been doing that? And the reason I asked that is because this last Smokefest, I was able to catch part of that, and I saw one of the panels briefly. And
Vail was on there.
and
She did an amazing job.
and so you know, one of my struggles as a resident sometimes is, and especially with in trying to even to attend Smokefest, because trust me, I have
Right.
wanted to, but I think the dates that they're on is like the beginning of the school year, and like I love those because I'm an educator in First Life. That's why I mentioned that. So when I really enjoy those immersive experiences in Second Life, and I've gotten to do that a little bit when I was in the kid community, like with like summer camps and things like that. And so when you're doing Smokefest and this real, you know, this immersive experience, it kind of, it really is attractive to me as a resident because a First Life experience like that is typically something I wouldn't do, but I would love to experience something like that in like the safety of Second Life, right? And getting,
And that's a lot of people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was one of the passion of me to do this was a lot of people have a lot of mental ailments where they, you know, can't
physical.
mentally, or physical ailments. And we met, you know, a great story of a young lady that had muscular dystrophy and she could not, she's not mobile. So her dream
Yeah.
was always to go to Coachella.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so I was
Wow.
like, I'm touched by your story.
Yeah.
And we brought her backstage of one of the smoke fests and
Wow.
we just had
Oh,
her just
that's
run
so
around and
cool.
she enjoyed it so much. And that's such a story that I tell every year to new team members and stuff like that because I don't want nobody to forget there's so many reasons to do smoke fest,
Yeah.
you know. But one of the main reasons is we don't know people's stories and why they log in.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't tell us what's really going on. And you could be friends with somebody for a long time and then find out that they're struggling with, you know, cancer or they're not mobile. And 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, it's not our business to know unless they're going to tell us. But we don't know the stories, and we don't have to know what we, as me, doing Smokefest, just know that there's stories out there, and I want to make sure when they come here that they get as realistic, you know, to a music festival that they can and they enjoy themselves, and that makes me really happy. Also the diversity,
Yeah.
you know, with SL clubs and live performances, it's always one sector and one demographic of people, and then you never get like people combining together, you know, like the urban community with the goth community with the country live artists with the live indie live people. You never see the demographics merger together much. So that was another enjoyment with Smokefest, is just looking at the crowd and seeing the diversity and people
just-
finding new artists and
Yeah.
DJs that they would never,
Yeah. Bringing
Yeah,
different
explore.
communities together.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
we're doing that at the Canyon Amphitheater too, which
Correct.
you know, I'm glad that
Nice.
you did bring that up because at the Canyon, it is Smokefest level production by YG and with Young on a smaller, more frequent scale in the community. And that was one thing that we wanted to bring to the grid is that, hey, you don't have to wait till August
Yeah.
to go have a completely immersive show.
Well, that's good to know because it kills me every time because I can't. The timing is always a little off for me.
Yeah.
So seeing you broadcast, you know, I felt like I got to see like little like slivers of Smokefest. Although I really do like that, like living in that immersive experience, right? And so I completely agree with what you were both are saying about Second Life has been amazing for folks with challenges, right? Whatever the variety of challenges that exist. And it's just really warms my heart to know that folks are getting, you know, really unique experiences that they would not otherwise be able to get in First Life. my obstacle to something like Coachella, because like I was sharing before, I'm very close to Coachella.
Yeah, but it's also very expensive.
It's
It
all,
Like
it
even
is,
if
but
you live right there, but it was like 10,000, 8,000, 1,000
well,
a
there's
ticket.
that, right? So for me, it's not so much like, physical or emotional or mental challenges. It's logistics and expense and timing and safety. I watch a lot of true crime. So it's, I really
Yeah,
hesitate. I'm
it's
also
valid.
not a crowds person. So I
yeah.
love music. I love music so much. It amuses my friends for them to know, like, I love EDM and club music. Have I ever been to a club? No. Have I ever been to a rave? No. And it's like, it's just never, it's not something I wanted to do in first life, but do I want to do those things in second life? Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
you DJ it at.
that's right. I've DJ'd at a club. So, it's,
I love food, and I will not pay $40 at Coachella for a corn dog.
right. So that when I see Smokefest come around, and I was like, oh, I want to go so bad. So
Now
it's
you
good
can-
to
now
know.
you can check out the canyon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that might be a good segue to talking about it, but I'll hand it back over to Tor because he runs the show here.
Back to you, Tor.
Back to your tour.
So I've just been taking a few notes. There were a couple things that I wanted to touch on before we shift topics. So first, I'm rolling things back, dialing back earlier to you were talking about the focusing on the having realism, having wires, having everything be connected, etc. And one thing that you focused on a lot was talking about how it was very immersive, but I think there's another aspect to it too, which I deeply appreciate as someone who it's something that I really like, and I want to draw a connection / comparison to SLB, which I love SLB, don't get me wrong, but thematic consistency, tonal consistency. With SLB, every DJ just kind of throws whatever is appropriate to them,
I'm glad you mentioned that
and
because
there is no tonal consistency. It is just complete whiplash sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
can be fun. But, yeah, go ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that is a key factor to Smokefest is creating these shows. We don't just throw random, applicants and then just dump them on the show. It's very strategic designing these shows from the first to the last. And a lot of people, and the misconception is like when people say, "Oh, the first is not as good as the last," and that's not how it is. It's not designed by who's better. It's designed by like some people are in Europe time, so they have to start earlier,
Right.
and so it's just more schedule. But also, this person will be really badass following this person, and then this person. So it's kind of like designing a music set list where it's like, oh, I want to put this song next to this song. So the shows are designed to have
Period.
people stay all, not just 1 hour, but the whole show. And
Right.
when you come to Smokefest, they do, and it's strategically designed for that.
Yeah. Another part about this is I wanted to kind of ask, because you're clearly putting in a ton of work, but you're also leveraging, and this goes back to kind of what you were talking about delegating. It sounds like you put together a kind of expansive team from the people, influencers who market it, to show runners, to like I know you're managing the lights, but it sounds like there's other coordination going on all over the place, and it sounds like that's another key aspect to all of that coming together is getting those key players, knowing how their talents fit together, getting them scheduled up, and empowering them to take care of things to make a larger thing happen, which I think is phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And the last thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if this is I don't know if you guys were aware, but we were in a Smokefest commercial. Lala and I. Yeah.
We were.
Oh, really?
Yes, not the last one. I think it was the one before that, where it was like it was a video with furries in it.
I'm glad you guys mentioned this, the commercials, because that's one innovation that I'm proud of with Smokefest. To answer as well as question that I did not answer and I just rant. We started doing commercials since Smokefest 2, so 2,
Okay.
3, and I think we're at
Well,
4.
is that
I don't remember.
commercials versus broadcasting it? So was it both one and the same?
Commercials, both.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I wanted the exact replica of me, like watching Coachella. Well, I don't think they had. I think it was Rolling Loud. Well, anyway, one of the music festivals. I wanted to replica a real life, you know, broadcast. I didn't want this like, oh, that's Second Life, because I can tell because the commentators are not natural speaking and everything's a little off. So I wanted to do hardcore detail on the production, and one of it was finding super amazing, talented videographers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could do these commercials and then run them like a broadcast. And I'm very proud of every one of them, and y'all commercial came out really great, and
We
you
were
guys
just in
played
it.
all over the festivals.
We were just extras.
There was
we
a
had
call
we had a
out
blast.
for people to come be in the video. I'm like, I want to be in a video. I was like, come on, tour, don't you want to be on a video? And he's like, sure. So, because I love
You sure
machinima.
y'all wasn't signing autographs in the parking lot?
No,
Quite
we
sure,
were not.
quite
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But it was fun.
I was excited because I told you I've been trying to get to actually attend Smokefest, and so to be actually in a Smokefest video, I was like, that's pretty close. Okay, we'll go with that for now. But I was very excited to stand there and like be partying with all the furries.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it very, very much.
For sure.
Okay, all right. So, but yes, I do want to pivot now over to the valley. And we can start so
Well, I
let's
could make a
start-
little bit of a distinction, and then if you want to, maybe one of the
Well,
things, one of the misconceptions really quickly was more about Smokefest as it relates to the Valley. So,
okay, let's start there, because if there's any misconceptions, we want to clear those up.
yeah. So one of the biggest questions, I think, and possible misconceptions is that Smokefest, is a very successful event. However, it's not a brand necessarily, and it's not it sort of has its own event identity, and it is unrelated. Besides the production level that Young brings, it is unrelated to the Valley, and the Canyon Amphitheater is a venue spot within the Valley that puts on performances at that kind of HD, hyper realistic, very immersive level. So I think that sometimes there's a little bit of I don't want to say confusion, maybe a little bit, but that
Maybe
that Smokefest,
expectation.
that Smokefest is a brand. Smokefest is an event, and the Canyon Amphitheater is a venue. And so I think that's an important sort of differentiator really here with what we're doing.
Is the canyon, is it visible from where we're at? Because I'm trying to cam and see if I can see it.
It's not visible from where we're at. So
Okay.
like one of the designs of the regions is that you are flowing seamlessly into the Red Rocks. So as you drive your car, we've gotten lots of great feedback on the roads, but as you drive your car through and up through, you will see a neighborhood called Golden Crest, and Golden Crest is incredibly scenic. It sits at our highest elevation, and as you drive up, you are looking down into what is a literal canyon, loosely based off of the Red Rock Amphitheater, which I believe is in Colorado.
Colorado. Yep.
Yeah, so it's loosely based. Of course, we're talking about a venue that we created in our vision.
Mm-hmm.
But you will see it as you drive, and it will feel quite seamless. You know, we're down here at the marina right now, where we have a lot of water and shopping. But as you drive up and through the neighborhoods, you will come across Golden Crest, and again, it's very jaw dropping. It was one of the most when I was with Young and I was creating it, I said, like, you got to come here. You got to stand right here. You got to stand right here, because the rocks, if depending on your graphics, and if you use
looks
the,
very cool. Yeah.
yes, if you use shared environment and you have graphics that can withstand it, it is a take your breath away moment. When you're up there looking down into the canyon. So,
Okay, I have a very kind of minor and silly question for you related to what you said. So, you mentioned driving. I think Tour might know where I'm going with this.
Are you going to crash in the water?
So I am a good driver in First Life, terrible driver in Second Life. So do you accommodate that that unfortunate state? Like, do you have are we to drive ourselves? Is there an Uber? Is there pods? Like, you know, like is there someone who can drive you
Yes,
so that you can
actually.
enjoy it without like driving into the water?
yes, yes. If you catch one of our staff members on a good day,
Dresden?
Dresden probably.
Dresden. Okay, well, we know Dresden
they'll
personally, so I will
Yes.
absolutely ask him.
There are
Yes.
golf carts outside of the country club, and
But
he
do they
can
drive
give
themselves?
you a little tour.
Okay.
Oh, like one of like high tech
pods.
Silicon Valley like drive. No.
Well, yeah, like Waymo. Do you have Waymo here?
Do we have Waymo at the Valley? Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Just food for thought, because some of us are automotively challenged. Like I love.
We might be doing hot air balloon tours.
Okay, that's great too. I love a pod. I love a Second Life pod. I love the Second Life Railroad. I will ride the railroad until it ends or it turns around, right? I wish the Second Life Railroad was more connected so that I could see more and not just get turned around all the time or just end up on these like dead end little stretches. But I love either a hot balloon tour, like that the SLB, going back to that, they're great with their little tours of things. And
I love when they also have little write-ups about what you're looking at a given moment.
So
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out
That's
there
really
because what you just described,
Noted.
Vail, sounds beautiful. But knowing me, I will not be able to drive that. Like,
Fill it
unless
with water.
I
we
will.
will
somehow, with the
withhold
car
your
upside
driver's
down.
license. So
And
don't worry about that.
Dresden's already in the chat saying your chariot awaits. Thank you, Dresden. I will absolutely be taking you up on that.
Yes.
Yes. Well, one of the things that the residents have expressed, because, you know, I oftentimes put out resident feedback surveys, which are really important to me because I really want to give what the residents want. And one of the comments, because there's lots of places to comment, was they love how drivable and how fun it is to drive at the Valley. There's a lot of different elevations.
I was going to say that. I like the
turns.
verticality and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and it's purposeful. So
Well, you got to tell them like how long you spend on roads, like the hours.
sure. So the roads alone took me days
I believe it.
to figure out and to make connect while still making room and giving everybody a view. You know, we're down here at sort of kind of base level right now. And as you go, you'll slowly go up and up and up and into the mountains. And it took a lot of thought. It took a lot of thought, a lot of practice. And landscaping roads were always something that I tried to avoid. And this past year, you know, I was like, nope, I'm doing cities. I'm gonna do roads. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna perfect it. I'm gonna make it work. And I think I'm really proud of myself for the Valley's roads. And you'll see that when you drive around. I hope.
She tests them and she really does spend hours perfecting the roads. And then once the
Days,
roads are
yeah.
perfected, like, you know, insanely perfected, and then she'll start laying out everything on top of that. But, you know,
Roads first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We've got
agree.
your road network basically lays out your parcel map.
Exactly. And then to combine it with 3 different regions at different
Yeah.
elevations is, with different neighborhoods. And it was one of the biggest challenges I think I've done, but I'm glad that residents appreciate it and find it fun. So for people who like to drive or like to take their cars from event to event, this is a place where we encourage that.
You are making me want to find if there's some kind of SL driving school. Because I have so many cool vehicles and they just stay in my inventory. Because I like them. I like cars quite a bit, but not just cars.
She'll
But,
flip of it
here.
into the river, and it'll be sad.
yeah.
We have some guardrails. You'll be all right.
I don't know. I've seen her driving this.
Oh,
It's
man.
a little crazy.
Especially when there's like a crossing or some kind of hiccup, you can just fly. Anyway.
Yeah.
I went with her on her landscaping projects, obviously, and I'm just trying to help whatever way, being supportive. And I got to see firsthand like how difficult she does the roads and how like
Yeah.
paper thin you got to line and then retexturing
Yeah,
and mesh. You don't just lay down the roads and then boom.
No.
She retextures them with PBR and aligns the textures. Like
Yeah,
that
you have to
alone
layer
takes
them
out.
to avoid the texture clipping and all that. Like
Clipping.
I've been
right.
camming around. It is
Mhm.
definitely a solid work.
Thank you.
And I say that
Adjust the PBR numbers. Yep.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Thank you. I
it's
appreciate
really
that.
nice. So before asking more broadly about the valley, you touched on the venue and talking about the venue up there, and it is distinct. It's not a single event. So I would put the question out there for people who were interested
Mhm.
in performing. What does that process look like? Who do they
So
talk to?
easy. So
It's so
easy.
easy.
It's
I
so
love this.
easy. Yeah, it's really simple. It's really easy. We have a great team. Shout out to Poppy. Poppy is somebody who really dove in head first into Smokefest 4 and
Mhm.
really picked up every bit of the pieces in terms of bookings, schedulings, talent, making sure that artists are taken care of, that performers are being taken care of,
Mhm.
and working alongside Young to be like, okay, how do we put together a great show? And what do we want to see? She, in her own right, is a DJ as well, and she understands music. She understands the community. She has a leadership role over at the Crack Den, so she's no stranger to hospitality and to immersiveness.
Mhm.
And we we have a lot of great team members, and I will shout them all out at different points in this podcast. But it really comes to messaging her and or Young. Young is also, I mean, we all work and very busy, and we don't want these things to be missed. So
Sure.
if it's something that someone is interested in and getting to perform, and it's also with this level of production, it's also a appetizer to a bigger stage like Smokefest. So
Right.
it's a really amazing place to sort of start
Yeah, to
and
network, to get your foot in the door, yeah.
absolutely, and let us get familiar with you, let us get to know you,
Mhm.
let us give you a platform, and yeah, so it's really easy. Just shoot us a message and
And
we'll
we
we'll
can't
check
be
you out.
everywhere, to
Right, we'll check you
scout.
out.
Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. Well, he's right about that. So like we can't go around to every club, every venue, every this, or take every single recommendation. I love to see somebody in every way
Mhm.
take the initiative and reach out and be like, hey, I got a show going on, would love to have you come out and check it out. If you can't come check it out, here's some of my music, or I
Mhm.
really love to be a part of what you're doing at the Canyon
Yeah.
in terms of a venue. What do I do? And we'll walk you through it. It's really easy, and
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
we love to have anybody.
Yeah.
Tell it.
And we personally do that. We don't like just, hand it off. Like we look at the artist, and we, with the Canyon Amphitheater, I like the Canyon Amphitheater because it keeps me not rusty when, Smokefest comes along. So I'm going to be more sharper, like with the lights and learning the HUDs and this and that. Also,
Right.
I get to have an opportunity to put, DJs and live artists in a main stage atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
and then see how they react to the whole climate of that, and
Right.
then if they, just, do an amazing job, then I definitely jot that down, and have that a reminder of when I'm doing the booking for Smokefest.
And by the
Yeah.
way,
And
with booking, it is propane.rage in world.
Okay.
PROPANE.rage, RAGE in world. And she'll set you up, and yeah, she'll take care of you. She's great. Poppy's
I imagine it also could
Poppy's
be
amazing.
just helpful for, performers or whatnot who are in the position that you originally were young, where they're used to
Mhm.
just rezzing out their tip jar and
Mhm.
performing. They clearly have talent, but they're not used to having like a team around them. And
Right.
just kind of being able to acclimate to that before trying to get into something larger like a smoke fest could be
Yeah.
very informative and very could take them to that next level. Just
It's
as a
also has the electricity of a real life
Mhm.
venue. Like I said, it's,
Yeah.
oh, Veil knocked
Oh,
out. Okay, there
sorry.
she goes. So I bored her to death. No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
nap time.
Yeah, that's it for
So
me.
it's yeah. So it's like it's what I what's crazy, like the canyon, when we're doing shows, it has,
Mhm.
and also other, the smoke fest, but like the canyon as well, it has that, like, that electricity of,
Yeah.
like, showtime. And then it's a great springboard to smoke fest, because when you have smoke fest, you have the live broadcasting, and that's like you gotta set up exactly at this time and end exactly, or close to, or exactly this time, because it's broadcasting, and if you don't, there's a wave of problems. But the canyon allows us to see how artists adjust in that scenario, and it's really beneficial
Yeah,
for us.
Very, very good.
thank
Mhm.
you.
Now,
Well said.
setting setting the canyon aside, I love the canyon, but I want to zoom in on the valley and what other things it offers. I see we have shops here, and maybe representations of various kind of sponsors or partners of the valley.
Mhm.
Um, and I also see there's a ton of like high profile buildings as well as residences. And what what is your vision for this place? What can people expect if they come here? Can they expect to like set roots down, role play, do other things, just experience the place? What is the valley to the grid?
Yeah, great question. Um, wow. I really wanted to create a place. Where do I begin? With the builds. I really wanted to. I see a lot of communities that kind of do a lot of the same. You see a lot of the same homes, you see a lot of the same layouts, you see, and that's fine because, right, like if it's not broken, why fix it?
Mhm.
And it's sort of the standard. But I really wanted to do something that um, brought something a little different. And I really love the idea of like a location. There's so many California communities out there. Um, I wanted to do a part of California that I feel is underrated. When you think California, a lot of times it's like LA or, Beverly Hills or, um, a lot of that, which is cool and amazing and very fun. But I wanted to showcase a place that you don't always see. And Palm Springs to me is one of those places. I also wanted to bring it back to I didn't want to just mess with the location, not necessarily mess, but I didn't want to just expand on the location. I wanted to expand on the time period. And I think that I wanted to sort of travel back in time a little bit to a place where mid-century modern architecture was booming, where convertible cars and classic cars were, those are some of my favorite art pieces, really. In a lot of ways, I believe cars, they are an expression of art in a way. I wanted to really showcase that. And I wanted to create a place that played on those things, but also had its foot into modern times as well. So as you go through the valley, you will see some homes that look like they are straight out of like really 1960s, 1970s Palm Springs. And then you'll see some more modern homes. So it's a really good reflection of what it is in real life. Another element that I kind of, I throw a lot of my ideas to Young, but during the 1960s, Palm Springs was sort of and Nesto, I don't know, or Young, I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, and you can, but it was really a place where celebrities went to hide. And many, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, many,
The Rat Pack.
yeah, a lot of celebrities during that time would sort of hide away in Palm Springs. And I wanted to sort of give that to people too. We are not a community where it's busy and there's clubs and there's parties and there's this and there's that. It genuinely is a place where if you want to live behind the gates and be private and not be bothered, we're for you. If you want to go beyond your front yard and beyond your gates and sort of participate within the community, we have that for you as well. You mentioned role play, and this is something that has been a misconception about the Valley. We did not start as a role play sim, and we are not officially a role play sim. I want to create something, and again, like, the community can always correct me, because I'm open to learning, but I wanted to create something that I refer to as a hybrid RP community, meaning that it's an opt-in, opt-out. It is not mandatory for them to be role-playing when they leave their home or they're out and about. It is not a consistent RP community, but we are going to be opening what we call, very shortly, I believe, Sage, who, shout out to Sage, who is an angel on this earth. She's putting together a roadmap for us, a very thorough roadmap as to how we introduce these things. And we're all working together to figure that out because there's not a roadmap already set in place for this. But I want to introduce RP hotspots, meaning that our country club, for example, if you enter the country club, RP will be happening there, whether it's with the restaurants, whether it's with towel service, whether we host events. It's a spot that that you can go and engage in RP. The same thing with possibly, our bookstore, which is up and coming. It is another place where when you walk through those doors, that RP is going to be happening, or even the grocery store. So we're going to implement RP hotspots. So overall, is it an RP community? No. Is it a non-RP community? No. But we're trying something new here for those people who...
It's safe to describe it as it's built to be an immersive space, and you've taken into consideration that when a place is that immersive, some people will feel the need, will feel inspired, not the need, but feel inspired to engage with that in a sort of in character way, but it's not. It is not the primary intention of the Valley, but you are intentionally accommodating it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you're somebody that enjoys RP, there's something for you here. If you are someone that wants to be left alone and you want to just do your own thing with your family, we're also that place for you. I think
Yeah.
that we just brought on 3 incredible new team members, Dresden, Irie, and Kira. And I can't wait for the community to get to know them. And they all have an incredible reputation and resume of being RP, I call it like RP advanced, like they know what they're doing. And more so than me or Young when it comes to that, as well as Sage and Poppy, actually. Our whole team is very fluent in RP. So,
Nice.
and experienced in RP. So it's something that we can't wait to really introduce for the new year.
Now, it looks like there are a whole bunch of course, buildings and stuff. What I don't see, which I'm glad I don't see because I think they're hideous. I don't see I don't see rental boxes and stuff. But
Oh, good.
are these places where people can, if they want a home in the valley, are there
Yeah.
homes in the valley?
Of course. So I'm big on aesthetics. So so we have our website, which is linked in the description below. When you go to there, right on the main page, it just says move in, and that'll take you to
Right.
our Casperlet. And our Casper system will let you directly teleport to each home that is available. I think we have about 5 available right now, and it's ever changing. And there's really something for everybody.
It's actually
Our house.
6. There are 6.
Okay,
Oh.
6. Great.
I'm following along. I've switched over on the stream. I
Yes.
don't know if you can
Perfect.
see. Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
love
but that's perfect.
I love this
And
system so much more than just the cover text rental boxes sitting around everywhere
yeah,
that are kind of jarring oftentimes.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
I love
And
that you
what's
offer
great,
fully furnished too.
yeah, so not every single one is fully furnished.
Yeah.
I think we have 2, but the ones that are very retro. So, I think there's one that is incredible.
Move-in ready.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
is 66 Canyon View Drive is probably one of the coolest homes that we have. It just recently went up, I think maybe yesterday or the day
Oh, wow.
before. And it is one that is amazing to check out because it's very retro. Another one, I think it's on Palmero, but it's occupied right now, so I don't suggest that you go knocking on her door. But it is very easy to rent. And then you click on the mailbox. So when you do approach the gates of your home, you'll see a mailbox. And if you want to rent it, you just click on the mailbox and we'll get you set up with your group tag and welcome you. And most of our staff lives at the Valley as well. So I really encourage people to, there's always going to be someone who can help you. And it doesn't take long. They will be right there to help you and get you set up and answer your questions. And it's really incredible. I really couldn't ask for a better group of people to work alongside of to make this come true.
I'm just really proud of her because she always did client work for other projects, and she always told me she had a vision, a dream to have her own canvas and to go nuts with. And I remember when we first got the Sims, and I was like, it's crazy because it's a reality. Now you can just go crazy and paint your own canvas, and to see her, do this amazing work and the team do all this collectively, this amazing work of the Valley. It's been really special for me to just be in all of somebody else's work and the team's work and to see her just do her thing and just paint. So I just been really enjoying that.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, and it's been we've only been open for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and people also forget that we're babies. We have a lot of great talent and a lot of great experience coming to the table. We were sold out completely by, I think, 6 days in. We were sold out for about a good, I want to say maybe a good 5 days or a week. And then, there's a lot of ebb and flow. So we're really working on, how do we keep our residents happy? What do they need to see? We listen to every single bit of feedback, and I can't wait to really share with the grid what we have in store for January 2026. It's going to be, we're making a lot of robust upgrades and changes, and we're going to be ready to hit the ground running with RP opportunities, with talent and shows. We're kicking off the end of this year with a big celebratory masquerade ball, black tie. Y'all are welcome.
We want to
Yeah.
get us details on that. We can post that up as well.
Well,
it's going to be 6.
I have some questions because
Go for it.
I was talking.
I also have questions.
I know
but
you have
go ahead.
many questions. I was talking to Dresden in the background because I'm scouring like all your information, right? So your LinkedIn, your
Yes.
Facebook, your website. I'm good at doing all the looking at all the things, right? And I was telling him I didn't see anything, as far as like a Discord server or if there's like an open group. Like I know you talked about residents, right? When you move in, then you're in the rental group,
Yes.
right? And
It's all in the
Lala
rental
loves the
office.
Discord server.
so yeah, if there, I think Dresden's working on getting me some links that because I figure, is there a group that people can join if they just want to be informed of what's going on in the valley, and maybe they maybe they don't want to move in, but they do want to come and be enjoy the canyon or any events going on. I know I saw because there was a link on the website for your marketplace. There was like a ticket there for your event. Is that right? So I saw a ticket that you could purchase. So can you talk a little bit about that? Like, how do people get connected to the Valley now that, 6 weeks old and you're definitely, I think, just making everybody even more, curious about your new endeavor and wanting to check it out. So how do people get connected?
Just show up. Just come say hi. No, we have a Valley Facebook page which has a link to the website, and the website really is going to be a place where it's still growing, but it's going to be a place where you could see all of our events and you can pop on in. If you go to search in Second Life in Firestorm or your viewer, and you just type in the Valley to search. Thank you to Dresden for hooking us up with this. It takes you right to the rental office, and in the rental office you will see a Discord invite, and there should be a group joiner, I believe, when you go into the rental office. But I mean, these things glitch a little bit now and then, but anybody who wants to be a part of it should follow the Facebook page, which I'm sure will be linked in the description below. And that is a great way to stay up to date on the events that are happening and the homes that are available, and just getting in touch with us. That's the best way to do it. We're a really inclusive community. I think and we're a very diverse community. We have a diverse staff. We have a diverse group of people. It's sort of a representation of our values. I believe that everybody deserves a place, and they deserve a voice, and they deserve to feel welcome and included. And that is really what I focus on. So if you can connect with the socials, we're working now with a publicity team because I want more people to know that we're here. And I think the big players know that we're here for sure. And I'm proud of that. So we just need more people to know that we're here, and we're going to be getting out there a lot more and doing things like what we're doing with you. And my hope is that the Valley is one of the top communities that people want to be a part of.
Yeah, we got to get people, future residents, to
exposure.
get settled in here. Yeah,
exposure for sure.
I wanted to also ask, about cross community things. So what I mean by that is you or the Valley is not necessarily, it is not RP first. However, this is a beautiful space, and
Thank you.
if I am someone who's over in a dedicated RP community,
Mhm.
and me and my friends or whatever is going on decide, hey, let's take an in-character vacation and we want to run like a full-on event over in the valley. Is that something
Mhm.
people can just do, or do you want like people to reach out and coordinate it? Do some of your new staffers, is there opportunity for having like things be facilitated? If
You
things
mean
need
like
to be
renting a
added.
space?
Yeah, renting a space sort of
Yeah.
thing.
In character.
Yeah.
And in character and participate in RP. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Or at the
Yeah.
very least, yeah.
So, I mean, the Valley events that are open to everybody.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not exclusive. They're open to everybody. They're open
Oh,
to
nice.
all the members. If you venture into one of the hot spots, like we will specify like this is an RP spot, or this is RP friendly. This is something that you can opt into. You know, we're not a typical RP community where we have a fire department, police department. You
Sure.
need, there's all these instances that happen and you must be doing this, this, and this. And I that's not my vibe. That's not my
No,
style. But
I'm more thinking if they just want like a change of scenery for like a
Yeah.
yeah, they're
scene and just,
welcome.
yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
they're
Yeah.
absolutely welcome. Especially like there are people who want to live in an RP heavy community, but they
Yes,
also want to like venture and vacation and explore.
exactly.
And
That's kind of
you
what I'm
can,
thinking.
yeah, and you can do that here. The country club is going to be definitely one of the RP hotspots.
Hmm.
And so if you want to, role play that you're doing swimming lessons or water aerobics, or having a towel service, lunch by the pool, or dinner. Eventually, we're going to be opening up, and this is like news, obviously, dropping here first,
Breaking
but
news.
breaking news. Um, yeah, we will be.
The Kurt Loader.
Oh, wow. That's
Awesome.
dating. That's dating
Woo!
some
That's
of
no, but
us.
Show your age.
Some of us
show
know
your
that.
age.
Others are just babies. Like looking
He
at
Get it? Who's
referenced
Tour.
that?
VH1 the other
Yeah.
day. I'm like, oh Lord, have
Tour's
mercy.
just a baby.
But we will be opening it to events, so you can rent the ballroom if there's a birthday party or even conference that you want to do, or
Or maybe a wedding.
eventually, yes, or eventually weddings. And
Mm.
that I'd love to get in contact with some event planners and wedding planners. I happen to know some of what I believe are the best in the game.
Mm.
And
We've also seen like SL vacation planners you might be able to reach out to.
yeah, yep. So phase 2 of the Valley will include an international airport
Oh.
where I have collaborated with Callie, who is one of the most heartwarming, talented.
She did this place right here.
Yes, she designed the place that we're sitting in right now, and
Oh, wow.
She ran a very successful resort called Lume Morocco, which I had the pleasure of helping
Stunning.
landscape. And so her next up and coming destination, whenever that will be, you'll be able to go to the airport and role play that you're taking a trip.
Okay.
Honey over at Grandiose Events, Honey and Mani are, again, I can't say enough great things about these women. I'm really all about collaborating in terms of venues and resorts. So we will have a travel agency where we are collaborating with other resorts. So it's not just for people who want to come. If you own a resort or a hotel, Amara Alux, I reached out to her too. Another region that I did with her, that she's really been a pioneer in her own right. We're going to be connecting our residents to these other resorts and locations in a travel friendly way where RP is provided for you, and oftentimes at discounts to our residents. So if you live at the Valley and you want to take a vacation, you're going to get some savings there. And same thing with shopping. All of our shops I believe, offer discounts to residents only. So there are other perks in actually living here with us, which is nice.
Can I touch
Very
back on the RP? One of the surveys when we did the surveys, they enjoyed a place where like you could RP going down the street, but then when you're done RPing and you can go out of the character. And this is a place that you can do that. You can go through, the shopping district has an
Yeah.
RP scene or whatever you guys want to do.
Mhm.
But then you can also bounce out easily, and just be out of character and just go walk the rest of the street out of
Yeah.
character. And that's
Right.
what I like the hybrid of here because other places that I've been told,
You're expected. You have to have your
you
thing
can't.
on. You have to. Yeah.
Yeah, switch tags. You got to do this and this and that. And here it's just you don't have to do that. You can just go.
Yeah.
It's easy breezy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy breezy.
Easy breezy RP.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So you mentioned several things that are coming online. I'm curious, just kind of looking down the road, where do you want the valley to be a year from now?
Oh goodness. I love this question because it really warms my heart and gets my little spidey senses
Yeah.
tingling.
Yeah.
And he
Gets
knows
the
it too because
dream.
I
Veil the
love it.
Visionary.
Yeah.
I would really in multiple facets, I'd like for the valley to set the tone of what it means to live in a community in Second Life. I don't expect to be for everybody. But customer service is paramount to me. Staff relations, in terms of how people communicate professionally and getting along with each other, being positive, being optimistic, coming with a solution based mindset. Sage is somebody who, if you see her at the Valley, um, say hi to her because she's incredible. But she has been such an asset to the team as well. Same thing with the whole team is incredible, but being a solution-based person, being like, hey, this is what I'm hearing, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I think, and here's how we attack that, and here's how we do this, and here's how we make it better. And I'm constantly wanting to grow and improve as Second Life grows and improves, as residents grow and improve and have different wants, desires, and needs. So my goal as to see the Valley in the year, I would love for it to just be a community standard. I want it to be a household name. I want it to be an option for people of all different financial backgrounds, meaning that you don't need to rent a $5,000 or 5,000 Linden a week home. It could be, maybe I'll put up apartments, maybe I'll put up condos, maybe it'll be less than 1K a week living.
Well, we
The
make sure it's not
houseboats or boats.
overpriced here,
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
another thing is that the way I set up my prim to Linden per week structure, you always have a prim bonus. So it is not, you know, and I work with people too. So it's, and maybe to a fault, but I really want people to get the most out of being here. I want you to feel like we value you and that you value your space here. In a year, I would love to be able to expand. I would love to, and we will. I know we will. I'd love to be able to expand to different regions. I'd love to do, the Valley, Finland, where you're really you have the same community standards and guidelines and support, but you get to experience a different place in the world, which sort of ties back into my real life of being a
Traveling
child
everywhere.
who,
I would love that.
yeah,
I would love that.
who's been able to do that. And so, hey, you want to live at the Valley, but maybe Palm Springs isn't what it is. Well, now we have, the Valley, Iceland, or the Valley, the Outback, right? Or, something
I love
different.
Outback Steak. No, it's still good.
Oh my gosh. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or for those who want to live maybe in more of a city environment, the Valley, Tokyo. and knowing that the valley, knowing that when you see the valley, you're gonna get top tier support, service, and experience, as well as immersiveness. And if that becomes a well-known thing, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that vision.
I do too.
That
I
is
have
my
to say
vision.
the only Finnish that I know is perkele.
No.
Yeah,
Well, that's good enough.
it's
She
not.
taught me. She
it's not
taught me a
bloody.
word.
Yeah.
She taught me a word. It's called burda burda dirt.
Nice.
It means hello. How you doing?
Ah,
I like your ears, by the way, Tour. Those are amazing.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's the goal. So
I love that.
I think you know, there will be some main attraction at each hopefully at each you know, community that pops up. You know, for Palm Springs, it's the Canyon Amphitheater, but in a different part of the world, it will most definitely be something else.
Something themed to that region.
Yeah, something themed to that region. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that I get enough support and enough people renting with us, so we could, you know, keep the train going, and
Yeah.
so I could be able to bring this to the grid. I really hope so.
I love her train analogy.
Yes.
I always tell people, I'm
She
like, I'm a
brings the
moving
train
train, and
analogy.
I'm not stopping.
We're
Yeah.
both
So-
fans of trains, so
Yeah.
definitely.
Every
on board with
every
Literally.
meeting is the train.
Mhm,
Well,
mhm.
that's really how I feel. And you know, when you come across, it's Second Life, right? So you're gonna have trolls, and you're gonna have people who are, you know, not very emotionally well adjusted, who making comments
In
or
Second Life?
No
That's
way.
crazy. No
I know.
way.
What are you
It's-
talking
Get out of the
about?
valley.
you don't you know, I always say you don't need a psych eval to log into the game.
Nope.
So with that being said, I'm a moving, and you know, Young makes fun of me, I guess, for this, but I'm a moving train, and I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to keep going, and I believe in this, and I know it's going to be great, and I know that it's going to take off, and I know that I have great support with my team, as well as within the community of everybody. They're incredible, and you're either on for the ride, or you're gone. You're in the smoke. You're in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're,
yeah.
you're in the smoke. But I will say this: the reason why we work so well together, and she's extremely hardworking, and she's extremely passionate. So,
Yeah. I was
we
gonna
just
say you
vibe
both
so
have
well
very,
together.
very strong, like passionate vibes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not stopping. So
Because
it's not
you're
an if,
trained,
it's
we
a when.
get it.
It's not an if, it's a when. So, you know,
Yes.
we're starting out with we're starting out
With
here.
Palm Springs, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we actually need a rail train for Consuela.
We absolutely, I was going to touch on that. I didn't want to circle back to it, but you know, that's exactly where my brain went, especially with the vision you just shared, a train that would just take us from Palm Springs to Finland, to Iceland, to the Outback, to Tokyo.
Oh,
That'd be
there you
great.
go.
Yes.
Now,
yeah, a
nice.
worldwide train.
Yes.
So
If
yeah,
it-
it's a matter of when, not if, and it's just, we'll see when that happens.
definitely. Yeah, I don't think you could put like an actual train in here, but
No,
but
it's
like
not designed for that.
I could see trying to do something like a Waymo, or even like a trolley streetcar would be cool, but I don't know if those actually existed in Palm Springs at any point. I know they were big in San
don't know.
Francisco.
Yeah.
That is true. It's funny. I was recently just talking about this. You know, I go to new. You know, I don't want to dive too much into my real life, but when I travel to different places, I always, in my brain, automatically, I'm like, how do I bring this to SL? This is really cool. How do I do
love
this? And how do I make this happen for people? And
you want to share those experiences, basically.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
That's
for
awesome.
sure. And you'll see when you look around
I've been
I don't.
camming everywhere.
I know you have. I know you have.
You'll see when you look around. I'm very. You'll see that the terrain changes in terms of like even the grass. So as you go
Yes,
into
and the stones.
Palmero and the
But
stones,
you
yep,
got to
you'll
tell them
see.
like when she told me that vision of how things are gonna like flow. She said something so amazing because I love this game and it's called Red Dead Redemption.
Hmm.
And you know
Hmm.
how when you go from like the
Oh, that was
Alps
a big inspiration.
to the greenery and then you go south, to like,
Yes.
where that's where she explained
Are
how
you
this is
familiar
gonna
with Red
be.
Dead?
Oh, very.
Okay.
I've played the heck out of it.
Me too.
Okay.
I've seen it
So,
played. I have not played it. But
oh my
It's
gosh. Yes.
a
Red
merger of
Dead.
landscaping.
Yes. Red Dead Redemption 2 was one of those places or one of those games that inspired me in terms of how do we move seamlessly from one region to the next without it being obvious to the traveler or to the resident.
Right.
Meaning we are here right now on the water, but if you just walk and you're slowly walking, you'll see that I change the vegetation. You'll see
Mhm.
trees and plants and growth that you see in the canyon side are not going to be what you see over here down at the marina, and you won't even notice the transition. So I'm hoping. So when you are driving, it's a very, very seamless sort of it's a seamless sort of transition from one to another, where it's my hope that you almost don't realize it until you're there,
Deep in
and it
it.
gives
Yeah.
yeah, and it gives a different experience for the residents. I mean, um there's a part of Red Dead, I believe, when you're going from Strawberry up to up north to where it starts to get a little bit snowy and you see the geysers, and then all of a sudden it's like you're freezing.
Yeah.
um that's somewhere that you almost don't notice the transition when you're on horseback. It's the same thing when you're
Yeah.
going from Blackwater down to Tumbleweed. It's like, oh, okay. And then over to Saint Denis, where you have sort of the swamps. It's the same sort of technique that I implemented here at the Valley. So,
Yeah, you use like a combination of not only doing gradual mixing and then transitioning, but also you do like visual blocking,
that's
where
right. I'm glad you
you
noticed that.
yeah, no, absolutely. You have turns positioned, yeah,
She
both
just dropped a landscaping
concave and
secret.
convex.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, but it's one thing to know of the secret, but it actually takes a lot of mastery to actually be able to
Correct.
execute on it.
Correct.
Right.
Um,
Thank you.
so yeah, I definitely saw that being used as I was camming all over the place here, but knowing
Yeah,
that
everything is
you were
very
inspired by
strategic.
Red Dead makes
Absolutely.
that click, because I definitely can see that in here.
Yes. Yeah, and the placement of the roads, the placement of the neighborhoods are all very strategic in terms of hiding little parts. I also designed these regions with expansion in mind. So you will see when you're here that there's a
You have
tunnel.
roundabouts that kind of aim towards a potential future destination, I see.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And getting there in a really cool way. So
Yes.
there's room for expansion, and you'll see that in kind of certain places. My
Or
landscape
cul-de-sac,
definitely.
not
Yep.
roundabout. Yeah.
Yeah, if you explore and you are driving down Palmera, you
Mhm.
will turn and you will see a kind of a dead end a bit that goes into and underneath the rocks of the canyon, and that will be drivable if we
Hmm.
create an expansion. So right now it's kind of cut off with caution, like don't enter,
Mhm.
but there is room for expansion in multiple spots on the region. So it's something to look forward to for sure.
I love that you have a
I almost
drive-in
feel
theater. Just found it.
How retro is that?
And
That's
is
pretty
the
awesome.
canyon I found like a stage? Is that the canyon?
That's
right?
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
The big stage, yeah.
Yeah.
Right down there.
I was starting to
It's
follow
really a
the
great
streets,
view, yeah.
flying around as best I could with my camera.
Yeah. And I recommend always putting it on shared environment so you can really
Yes.
sort of
It
get
is.
the
I
full.
thought I was on shared environment. Am I not?
I don't think so
Uh,
for the canyon side.
Region D.
Well,
Well, it's because my avatar is over
Maybe.
here.
Yeah, it's
But
based on
That's
avatar
why.
location.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll have
Yeah,
to
that's a cool
actually
spot.
explore to get the full experience.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
Tour
for
will drive
sure.
me or Dresden.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we
Dresden
I
is
kind of
a-
feel like
Dresden's a blessing,
as
too.
kind of a nod or an homage, somewhere you maybe sneak in like a horse-drawn carriage or something
Oh, for Red Dead?
as a wink to Red Dead.
Yeah, that would
We'll
be
just
cool.
we'll have who's the guy that died? What's his name in the Red Dead? Oh, sorry, did I just give it away? Spoiler alert.
Oh, no.
So many people die.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Womp
many people. We'll
womp.
get one of the statues and we'll just put it somewhere around here.
I was thinking of maybe doing something like donkey tours,
Oh yeah,
Where-
Oh,
donkey
I'd go
tours
for
would be
that. Yeah.
fantastic.
where we can go
Very
through the
cute.
rocks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and right
Yeah.
now I think on your screen you're looking at one of the retro homes too that the
Mm.
cool thing about these homes, if you could see them, is that the backyards overlook the entertainment. So it's
Yeah.
another thing that we haven't seen in SL as much yet,
Yeah,
where
residences
you
are
don't,
usually very isolated.
Yeah.
yes, and you don't need to go down and be standing on the main thing. You can watch an incredible show like from your bedroom
Wow.
window, or your backyard, or
Yeah,
in some
we had
cases
Lady
a
Gaga.
rooftop.
We had Lady Gaga there, and it was just we had a lot of amazing performances at the Canyon Amphitheater already.
So are any
And-
one of these homes available for rent?
This one right there that you're looking at.
The one with
our
the black
fully
roof?
Furnished. Yep, it's our fully furnished.
Oh, okay.
If you go through the front door, it's one of our most.
Get your
um,
credit card.
I know. It's one of our most. It is one of our most coveted homes. One,
Oh.
because it's furnished, and two, because it's a great family home. There's lots of bedrooms. There's lots of space.
I don't know.
And there's a great
if I'm at the
view.
front door. I'm like, where's the? Oh, it's over on this side. Okay, I was like, that didn't look like the front door. Let me go around the other way.
Yeah, you'll see like an entrance with and it's a great entertainment spot for people who really enjoy sort of this canyon feel. It's a whole different vibe. It's not really what you're it's not really what most people are all the way used to. And then there is a sense of privacy with every home, as well as being part of the community. I love seeing people driving around. I love seeing people exploring. Yeah, and it really does fit. I also try to use homes that are underutilized. I think a lot of communities, you see a lot of the same, and that's cool too, because we have a lot of homes here that you see in a lot of places, but you also will get homes that have a lot of character.
Mhm.
Something that I feel personally that we're moving too far away from in terms of people who create homes. They just completely lack a lot of character. And I would love to get back to a place. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that designers start coming out with homes that are a bit more unique, hopefully some mid-century modern to fit what we have here.
I feel like I've started to see kind of a revitalization in the housing community with the full embrace of PBR. Like
Yeah.
I see a little bit more, because there was kind of a lull, and I think that this has kind of revitalized some creative juices, being able to really bring out an extra layer of realism.
Yeah. And we've also edited a lot of the homes, and this home that Consuela is giving everybody kind of a tour of now. The upstairs is really beautiful as well. Decorated by Tess, incredibly talented interior designer. But this is not how the home kind of came, like you're looking right now at like the back office, like that room was created. That wasn't originally part of the house. So even though this is a home that you might see, there's a lot of aspects to these homes that I purposefully edited and created and added more bedrooms. I added, some office space, some workout spaces, and really tried to make the home unique, not just in updating the textures of the home to reflect PBR, but in overall layout. A lot of our homes here are custom. Some, I wouldn't say a lot, actually. I would say a fair amount, maybe about 5 to 6, have custom layouts. Like you're looking right now at a downstairs master bedroom that was also put in. It's the room at the bottom of the stairs, or at the bottom of the staircase that wasn't there before. It was kind of just like a big room, and I'm like, let's make that a master bedroom and give it its own closet and its own bathroom. So a lot of these homes that you see are not sort of like, purchase and drop, but they are homes that I had the residents in mind for, to think, okay, well, we need more space, or what do we need, or how do we make this unique? It's not just a furnished house. It's also like a custom home in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that some of our homes have really cool features. We have one home with an outdoor underground aquarium in it, where you can walk all along the backyard, and you look down into fish, and I think that's really cool. So I really tried to make each home not just have a retro vibe, retro modern-ish vibe, but I also tried to make there be a little something special about the homes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I tried. And it's a work in progress too, there's lots of, I do a lot of analytics. So when we first opened, there were a few homes where I'm like, okay, all these other homes are sold out except for these. What's going on with these two? All right, maybe these aren't working. Let me swap them out. Boom, swap them out, sold. So it's like, I pay attention to what people are asking for, and
I can hear late at night, and she's constantly on the typewriter.
The typewriter.
He loves analytics. Old school,
I need a pulse in the community. So if it's like, hey, this house, people aren't feeling it, then I'm not going to do it. We have one resident, shout out to Danny Lee, who transformed like his whole garage into like one of the most beautiful lounges I've ever seen. It's like, what? Okay, like the residents make their homes. I think we have some of the most talented residents too, like the team, of course, but the residents, like, trust me, I'm out with my binoculars. I'm out in my convertible with my binoculars out, like peeking in windows, like, oh, okay, look what they did here, and this is beautiful, and I love how they did this, and they decorate these homes impeccably, and I'm blown away.
So does this one have like a Pilates like rig in it? I was just like, hey, I know that. That's Pilates.
Yeah, it does, which is really cool. So, and that was all added on,
Yeah. Okay. Lala, do you have any questions off the cuff? We sometimes have.
Well, I've been just camming the heck out of this house because I'm like, wow. I feel like I was, Tour, you and I spent a lot of time, like, at Elevate, for example. We just got, I don't know if you had, Vail, you or Young's had a chance to see that we did the, I don't know if you're familiar with Elevate, the design competition. Yeah. So,
yes.
So we've covered it the last, the 2 seasons now, and
run by Pippa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Pippa. Yeah, from 8. Yeah, and so just camming through this house, I'm thinking, like, I feel like we're in those little design like pods.
Yeah.
Right. Tour. Like I'm like, oh, like I recognize some elements, right? Like, oh yeah, that, I remember seeing that couch, or, that piece of art, or just the little arrangements you have of just like there was a sitting area at the bottom of the stairs, right? Not many people think to do something like that. That's an open space, very usable. You could just like just eye-catching and just makes you want to like settle in and just sit a minute. And so I don't know, I just feel like, you know, Tour and I cover Elevate, and we just walk from like box to box where designers have done their thing, but I feel like this house kind of brings all of that together, like now where it's not just a box, it's like it's a whole house with that same kind of feel to it.
It's really cool. And I, you know, like I said, our residents, and we have residents that have moved to the Valley from other communities, and I'm always interested in like what their perspective is, or what they're looking for, or how we can make the Valley a place where you want to be. So if any residents are listening, always feel free to reach out. Like I said, we do a lot of community surveys where people can express their ideas or give feedback. And we have a really talented group of residents too. Like I just feel so blessed in a lot of ways when I see how they decorate. You know, we have performers that live here. We have DJs that live here. We have store owners that live here. We have a really great, community of people. So I couldn't be happier, really. I think everybody has played a part in making this experience and this venture really special for me.
Yeah.
And also you're also going to see homes that you don't see everywhere. So there's a unique factor too.
I love the difference. There's no carbon copy. Every house is a little different. I did notice a U-Haul in one of them, which I thought was fun. Somebody's moving in, hopefully moving in, not moving out. And so, I just love the feel of it. I think you have done an amazing job.
Overlooking the back, that was a house I wasn't sure how that would go, with kind of the stilted home, overlooking the back and having a pool like that. And
it's very eye-catching. Like I like it.
Thank you.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Something for everyone. And more to come.
I like that.
That's why we had the Palm Springs vibe, is because we can explore with non-traditional homes and explore with homes that has interesting architecture that the real life Palm Springs has, because the celebrities back then did not want to live in the proximity of LA. Obviously they're rich enough to have a home in LA, but where they really hanged out was 8 hours away in Palm Springs. And they bought a home there, and then they could relax and they could walk down the street and this and that. And what happened with that, they also brought architecture from like other countries. When I was reading those from other countries, and they would bring these architects to Palm Springs from like France and all these, Italy, and that's how you got all this crazy unique architecture in Palm Springs. And it was kind of like the forefront of that kind of, I don't know the type of architecture that was, but it was kind of like the height and the center of that kind of architecture in Palm Springs in the 1960s. So we kind of added that funkiness and interesting architecture to the valley. So.
Well, I like how every property is unique, but they all still work together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they do. And I'm not afraid to do something different. You know, I look for unique homes, and I look for, unique experiences, and I like different, I love a lot of these homes. I love a lot of the homes like Ansu, of course. But you see them a lot. So I try not to do too many of those. But homes are one of those things where like they're tough. They're tough in terms of character, and I believe that you can turn a lot of really cool homes into something that fits the vibe here at the Valley. So if anyone has great home recommendations that would fit a mid-century modern vibe, like I'm open to hearing about it. And again, like I said, I hope that house designers. Even though the ultra modern, square rooms and glass boxes, I think, I think the grid would really benefit from, this is like my pitch, right? I think the grid would benefit from a little bit of character,
Yeah.
and maybe not all of the same.
And if not, one of our goals, one of your questions a while ago was like, what is the goals of the valley? Well, one of them is to also expand, but also bring more custom architecture to the valley that
Yeah.
you can only find here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're definitely exploring that for next year. I actually, we have researched some homes, and if that means that I need to pay to commission to have a designer create a home that is exclusive to the valley, or if there's a creator that just wants to do it, let me know. But I think that's kind of the next step, because I'm not seeing enough character. And I think it would be cool if you went to a community where it's like, oh, well, I've seen that home before. I've lived in that home before. I've done this. It's like, no, you're only going to see this home here. And if
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I think that adds another level of uniqueness to the valley that we're willing to invest in.
Also, the resident gets to be in a home that only exists in their home. You know what I mean? Their home, they can't see
It's
that
theirs
double up
alone.
anywhere
Yeah.
else. It's theirs alone.
Yeah.
Like that exclusivity is such an attractive thing for residents to
Yeah.
be in. And be like, you know,
Let me ask
And
a
we do a lot
question
of research too. Go ahead.
about the homes that are unfurnished. Is there like interior design like services? Like if, let's say, I
Yep.
like an unfurnished one, but I'd rather have it furnished. Like, is that something that
Yeah.
the valley can help a resident with who might be interested?
Yes. Yep. So we do. So I do encourage people stay with sort of well, you could decorate however you want to. If you want to find someone who specializes in mid-century modern interior design, I have a whole Pinterest page that I give to them. Because sometimes it's hard, you're right. You're like, okay, I don't even know where to start, but I know I like this and I know I like that. We really help you with those services. Sometimes, like I said, it's an option. I'm well connected with several different interior designers who are ready and willing to, have some work done over here at the Valley. So yeah, you just have to talk, and like I said, we have a great team, and you just let the team know what you need and we'll make it happen for you.
Okay.
You want it furnished, we'll make it happen for you. You
want a dog? We'll give you a dog.
yeah, right. We do have a pet shop, which
Oh,
is very lovely here.
nice,
So
nice.
Yeah.
it's a
Plenty
very,
of dogs.
there's retro things everywhere here, but you let us know what you need and we'll make it happen for you. Obviously
Fantastic.
within reason, but I'm big on that. I don't like the word no.
He is.
Hey,
He's
can
huge
I have
on
this?
that. Yeah.
No,
Right.
no, it's let me see what I can do. And more often than not, I'll make it happen for you.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
So I guess then, Tour, we are at the over 2 hours. I know it's super late for you in Florida. So were there any
Yes.
other questions that we wanted to ask them, or if Vail
No,
or
that's
Young
kinda why I
had?
was-
Yeah, I know. That's what I figured you were teeing me up to be like, do you have any
I was
questions?
peeing you up.
Yeah. No, but
Teeing up.
I was just really enjoying getting to cam the house. I'm glad that I cammed around a little bit. And that my
Maybe
my
you
viewer
guys will
wasn't being
move on
fussy.
in.
I don't know.
No,
I'm tempted.
no.
Tour
We have too many
knows.
parcels.
I have
We have too many
many
parcels.
parcels.
Don't do it. Don't do it,
But
Consuelo. I
you
know
know,
it's so
I'm
nice.
camming it. I'm already shopping Tour. It's just that's just
You
the
know
way it
what?
is.
I got a credit card swiper right in my pocket if you just swipe.
I'm here.
Right
so,
here.
so I guess I would open it up to if Young or Vail had any any closing thoughts or anything that we hadn't touched on that you would like
Or anything you
a
want to
moment.
promote
Yeah.
coming up?
Well, we
Well,
do
I'm
a couple
sitcom.
things.
Okay, go ahead.
Couple things. We do have a concert and a big show coming up over at the Canyon Amphitheater It is called A Very Rebel Christmas, and we are going to be having Michael Bublé, ABBA,
Oh,
Lady Gaga, Mariah Carey, Katy Perry, Gwen Stefani, George Michael. There's something for everybody.
wow.
That is happening on December 20th, so in a couple days at 4 p.m. SLT.
Oh wow.
It's going to be insane. One thing I did want to touch on is that it is a free concert. We have tickets available for those who want to experience VIP.
What does that
Um,
mean?
you essentially you are backstage, and
Oh.
it's a lounge. You have food
And
and
backstage is
drink.
a different sim or a
Uh-huh.
parson.
Yes, it's yeah. Yep. So you're experiencing bit less lag.
Mm,
You have a different view, like a true backstage pass,
mm.
and it's just kind of an exclusive experience for people. So that's something that you can opt into. But overall, to attend is free.
Okay.
We are going to keep it free. So you don't have to pay to go. If you want a little bit of an elevated experience, we have that option for you.
So that's the
Um,
ticket that I saw in the marketplace, right? Because that's what
it
I
is.
flipped over to it. So it's 2,000 lindens for a very rebel
Yes,
Christmas VIP ticket. The
that's right.
description says it was on the 5th of December.
Yeah, it probably
That's
needs to be updated.
so, but when did you say it was?
But we will do that. It is the
20th.
20th, so
It
it is
definitely
20th.
in.
needs to be updated. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So
Yeah.
this
Let
has
me
not
fix that
passed.
now.
Okay. So how many VIP tickets will be sold?
7.
7 in
Seven.
total. Okay.
7 in total. It is
And
a smaller region back there, so we can
okay.
between our team and the crew, we have room for 7 exclusive spots, and that's where we are starting.
So you have a less laggy area, limited, you're not in a crowd.
That's right.
You get a different view of the whole show. And so how long is you named it many acts. So how long is the whole concert?
Oh, it's not as long as you would imagine it to be. It's, a few songs per it's sort of a medley of sorts
Mm-hmm.
A
of different
sampler.
people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually the show will last about 2 hours. I want to say an hour or two.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
but
all
there's
cuts. No A cuts, just straight Michael Bublé B cuts. No hits. No, just kidding.
no,
Yeah.
it's going to be the best of,
Yeah.
and
Perfect.
with a Christmas theme. So we're encouraging people to wear their holiday attire, and then
Mm.
also on I believe it is the 31st. The Valley Estates page will also keep you up to date with all of these things. But on the 31st, my personal favorite that I'm looking forward to is the New Year's Eve masquerade ball. The theme is all that glitters.
Hmm.
So we are encouraging people to get up in their glitterly
Literally.
glittery.
It's glitterly glitter.
Literally get
It's
dressed up.
literally a lot of glitter.
Yeah.
So we really are. It's a really good. It's a nice mixer essentially that we're gonna have going on.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
those are
And-
like the two big sort of upcoming events that are
And
happening.
you don't need to
at
purchase
the Valley.
tickets for the New
No,
Year's?
No,
Okay.
it is free. It
Okay.
is
No,
free.
that's just offering.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just what we have to offer, and it's gonna be incredible. We're really looking forward to that one. So
So then
You
folks
tip us in
just
glitter.
so if folks are interested in joining a group or anything, they just need to come
Yeah.
to the rental center and there will be a group joiner there, or do you have a link
that's right.
to a group that I can put in the description?
I can definitely get you a link to the group
Okay.
so that people can join and stay up to date.
Yeah.
The best
Unless
thing
you
to
really
do is
want to make
probably
sure
just-
they come in first.
I would love for them to come in.
Okay.
Most of the time the group is a lot of resident focus, but
mhm.
really everything is for everybody to stay up to date. The Canyon Amphitheater also has its own group, which I'll
Okay.
give that to you as well.
Fantastic.
So if you want to stay up to date on shows and kind of because we all forget, we all have lives. It's hey, ding ding, this show is about to start, or this is what's happening today. So yeah, there's different ways to stay in touch, and I would say overall, there's something
We
for
all
everybody.
we all have lives.
Mhm.
Not me.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
and then there was one other thing I wanted to touch on too. I believe I noticed the
course.
region is adult, correct?
I
The
think
Sims?
so.
Yeah. So
Correct.
No,
says
they
One
should
we're
moderate.
in
be.
moderate.
They should be
Current one we're
moderate.
in
They
is
should
it
be
moderate? But
sorry.
if the amphitheater is that adult, I thought when I was looking on the map, I saw adult, or maybe I was wrong. I was struggling for a minute to find the right place. So
Every region should be moderate.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
So
Yes, moderate, 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 moderate. It's all moderate. Moderate
Okay.
all the way down.
So
it should be
that
moderate because I want.
because it's open
So
to like
people have
family
asked-
community.
It is, but
Okay.
the events that happen, and I'm glad that you brought that up really quickly because people have asked, is this adult? Is this,
Yeah.
we don't have any events that are sexually focused.
Hmm.
And we also don't have any events that are child focused.
Okay.
So we sit at a nice in between. Children are welcome. People have asked about bot babies or babies in general. They are welcome. It is a family community.
Okay.
But I would say most of the events that we host are not adult in the in ways of that they're sexual or overly sexualized or adult content events. But they are events that everybody is welcome to. If you want to bring your kid to a concert, then bring your kid to the concert.
Mhm.
If you want to, if you want to bring your kids to shopping, I mean, we have Mama Do here, so for expecting moms or moms of just moms in general, families, like we encourage that.
Hmm.
So again, we stay moderate. There's something for everybody. It's not hyper focused in one direction or another. It's not typical RP. Like we don't have a daycare, we don't have a school, we don't have these things, but it is a place where everybody's welcome.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad I asked because, I, like I mentioned before, I have, explored the kid community a little bit. Definitely fell in love with bot babies.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, just wanted to ask the question, right? Because I don't want necessarily anyone to be surprised if they're, the younger, like child avatars are not allowed, family, because people have families of teenagers, babies, toddlers, right?
Yep.
And it's a whole thing and it's all, legit. So it just,
Well, again, it's very realistic.
Yeah.
So just like you would have in real life, there's some places where you probably wouldn't want to bring your kid and you
Right.
want to get a babysitter.
Yes.
And there's some places where it's like, yeah, I want to bring my kid to walk around and shop on at the marina. So it's like, just like real life, it's focused
Use your
in
judgment.
yeah.
use your judgment. Also, if it comes down to it and I'm getting a lot of feedback that residents want more kid-friendly activities, well, guess what's going to happen?
Right.
You're going to see more kid-friendly activities.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Absolutely.
that's how
A lot
I
of
do
puppet
it.
shows. Yeah.
Right. So we'll
Fantastic.
see.
Okay.
see
the
what's
Palm
doing
Valley
okay.
Playground.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You'll see Vail running around in the clown suit. You know?
Terrifying.
right. Well,
For real.
were there
Killing
any
balloon animals.
were there any other things you wanted to touch on before we wrap up?
No, she did an amazing job and remembering all those dates because I couldn't do it. So,
No, I think that's really it's really great. I really hope that people come out and explore and see and contribute and can be a part of what is going to be I know will be one of the best communities on the grid. So
and you know what? If you're looking for land and a hot parcel, whatever, come here first. Just check it out, and I have a great instinct of you're gonna fall in love with this place, or you're gonna put it in your landmarks and come back because this
Yeah.
is a place to.
it's also, by the way, another thing I wanted to note really quick. I'm a big believer in bloggers, vloggers, and influencers, and we have a space here for them specifically.
Oh.
So it's also a place where you can just come and take pictures and come and vlog and reach out if you need res rights for the day to be able to kind of set up your poses or a little scene for yourself maybe. I encourage that. So it's a place for everybody. People who like to explore regions, photography, blog-worthy landscape. Come on down.
I love that.
Come on down. Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
All right. Well, I think then this is the part where I do some thank yous, right, Tour?
Yes, it is.
All right. So I want to thank everyone who was in the chat with us. I know Dresden was there. You had several of your people there. I think I was Poppy in there, or Sage. I'm not sure. I
Probably
don't
both.
know all the because people's their YouTube names are different than their in-world names. So let's see. We had one of our regulars, Tank Top Tony, I believe that's George, and Dresden was in the chat. Let's see, then is it Deuce? Deuce was in the chat. Looks like S. Varela, I'm not sure.
That's Sage.
Sage, okay.
Sage and Q.
All right.
That's Serge.
Then we had HD Mikabel. Is that, I don't know if is that Poppy? Or someone else? I'm not sure. And let's see who else. I like to call everybody out who was in the chat. Scrolling back, Tor keeps saying I'm going to write these down instead of scrolling when it happens, but I never do. Anyway, so I think I covered everybody who was in the chat. So I want to thank everybody who is here with us live and in the chat. And for those who were quietly watching and not in the chat, I want to acknowledge those folks as well. And then folks who will watch us later, because people always circle back and watch our live streams after the fact. So thank you to those folks who tune in afterwards. And then people who maybe only watch a segment or the whole thing. Thank you for that. So I just want to encourage everybody, if you're not already subscribed, to go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share with friends. We appreciate all of that for sure. All right, Tori, I'm done with my thank yous.
And we're, of course, very grateful to our guests,
For sure.
Young and Vail. This was wonderful.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, appreciate it. It went fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
thank
could
you
do
both.
another 2 hours.
For sure, I could tell. I could tell.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I hope
But-
we can come back and do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll check in a year and see how
For sure.
Well,
the
sooner
the
than a year.
Finland project is going.
I want Dresden to drive me around in a golf cart.
We got you. Don't
yeah,
worry.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Come
for sure.
to the masquerade ball. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. No, I'm seriously eyeing
What?
one of those houses overlooking the amphitheater. Just saying.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, those
Told
are
you that
those are
credit card.
valuable.
But for now,
He's-
we will
he's
not
like,
be
"Oh,
doing
gosh."
another 2 hours. So I will simply say we will see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.